Antlers are worth a lot of money, and they can be found all across public lands, if you know where to look. This is me hiking off the mountain with over $1,000 worth of antlers. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I find them and sell them for top dollar. Let's get started. So why are antlers so valuable? Antlers are in high demand for a variety of uses. Dog chews, crafts, chandeliers. Some people even like to grind them up and eat them for human consumption. I don't know, that's a weird supplement. I'm not doing it, but people do that. As you saw, these items sell for a lot of money. Trophy sets of moose and elk antlers can sell for over $1,000 alone. Alright, let's talk about how you can find your own treasure in the woods.
First brown elk shed of the year.
Honestly, the first question you gotta ask yourself is, where can I find antlers? Deer, elk, and moose, they all shed their antlers every year, and then they immediately start growing a new set of them. There's a little luck involved, but honestly, finding antlers is a lot about skill. It's really just about knowing where the animals are going to be when they drop their antlers. The key places that have brought me success are these. Number one is south-facing slopes. These slopes get the most sunlight, they're warmer, there's the least amount of snow, and that's where the animals are going to be to eat their food. The next spot that I like to check is bedding areas. Any thick patch where the animals like to lay down in bed where they feel safe is going to be a great spot to look for their antlers. They're going to be laying there for hours on end, and there's a good chance they're going to fall off. Feeding grounds, and I'm not talking about wild natural feeding ground, I'm talking about ag fields. A lot of wildlife like to take advantage of agriculture. The edge of ag fields are often filled with antlers. Next, I go to water sources. Rivers, creeks, streams, ponds. Wherever the animal spends its time, there's a good chance it's going to shed. Lastly, I like to check game trails. This is usually between the bedding grounds and the water ground or the feed ground. Wherever the animals are walking a lot, there's a good chance they're jarring their head as they're going, and they might drop their antlers off. Here's a really good tip too. Bring a pair of binoculars. You can cover a lot more ground with a pair of binoculars than you can with your feet. One of the most important things though is when to look for antlers. Timing is everything when it comes to shed hunting. Most deer and elk shed their antlers between January and April. If you go too early, they may not have dropped yet and they'll still be packing them around. If you go too late, maybe another hunter or some rodents already got to them. Best time to go? Right after the snow melts and before the vegetation pops up. Once the vegetation starts to get really tall, it's really hard to find the antlers. They don't stick out near as much. But before it shoots up, they just stick out like a sore thumb. Alright, this is what a 10-pound antler looks like. This thing is giant. I actually have the other side to it too. These two together as a set are worth about $700. Alright, this is what it looks like when you strike gold. It's a fresh elk antler in great condition. This ended up being an 8-pound antler, and I could easily sell it for $18 a pound, which means that this antler right here is worth $144. Now if I can find the match set, it's worth even more. Honestly, this is why shed hunting is so exciting. You never know what you're going to find. Every time you find an antler, it can mean more money in your pocket, and they're just kind of cool to collect. They make good decoration around your house. Alright, so let's say you take my advice, you go out, hike around, and you find some antlers in the woods. Now what do? I'm going to walk you through how to sell them and make some good money. The best place to sell them is with local buyers, so you don't have to do any shipping. First, reach out to taxidermists, dog chew companies, and craft stores. These are all people that love to buy antlers. Second, online platforms like eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace are also great spots to reach out to buyers. Lastly, on social media, you can find antler buyers that's all they do for their full-time job. And they'll give you an exact price per pound and tell you exactly how much money your antlers are worth. I like to shop around and maybe get a better price. If you're going to sell your antlers online, be sure to clean them up and take some really good photos. People like to know how much they weigh, so that's an important factor to put in there. Alright, it's time to get out there in the hills and go shed hunting. Before you head out, here's a few tips to make your shed hunting trip more successful. Look for the unique shape of antlers. Now, a lot of times, I even still get fooled by a twig or a branch. Lastly, consider training a dog. Dogs have great noses and they can actually smell the antlers. So there you have it. How to find and sell antlers for serious cash. Whether you're looking for a fun outdoor activity or a way to make some extra money, shed hunting is the way to go. Now it's your turn to get out there and start searching. If you found today's video helpful, hit that like and subscribe button for more tips. Drop a comment below about your best shed hunting find or if you have any more questions. Thanks for watching and good luck.